Being a football player with plaque psoriasis is challenging. The football locker room is always a place where people are going to see your skin and you can't hide it forever. I'm Dallas Goddard, professional tight end, and this is my story. I felt embarrassed by my plaques, and I was covering up on and off the field. For years, I've treated my plaque psoriasis with topicals, but the hardest part for me was applying them every day, applying them to spots that are hard to reach, and it's something that you just have to be so consistent with to see visible changes. So recently, I talked to a new doctor about a medication, Otezla. It's a pill form and works from the inside out. Looking back at it, I probably could have told my doctor my struggles earlier.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Welcome to college volleyball on the SEC Network. Today we are live from Aggieland, Reed Arena in Bryan College Station, Texas, as the Texas A&M Aggies welcome the Arkansas Razorbacks in SEC action. SEC standings after the matches on Friday look like this. Texas with a firm hold on the lead at 6-0. Arkansas 4-1 after being swept by the Longhorns on Friday. And there are the Aggies at 3-3. They were swept by Florida on Friday. Welcome in courtside. We're so glad you're able to join us today. I'm Casey Richardson alongside Chelsea Reber, and these two teams have a history of being really close and tight when they battle each other. A&M is 6-2 at home this season. Arkansas is 14-3 overall, but all three of those losses, Chelsea, have come on the road.
Yeah, it's tough to play on the road, especially in an environment like Reed Arena. Texas A&M loves playing in front of the 12th man. I'm excited, though, because I think both of these teams are very hungry for a win. They want to get back on that win track after being swept on Friday. Both of these teams coming in looking for that W today.
A couple of players we'll be keeping our eye on in terms of watching how they play today: Anaya Madkin and Logan Lednicki.
Yeah, the redshirt freshman for Arkansas, Madkin on the outside, has been really good for the Razorbacks. They lost a lot of offense after last season's Elite Eight team, and so they were looking to fill some holes. Madkin has done a nice job. She's got a variety of shots, very athletic. She can definitely be a problem for Texas A&M today. But Texas A&M has a weapon of their own, and everybody knows who it is. It is Logan Lednicki, the right side, big lefty. You'll actually see her hit from both pins. She has been the go-to for the Aggies so far this season. She just gets it done no matter where she is on the court. A ton of power, a ton of athleticism, a ton of hang time, whether she's in the front row or the back row. She is a lot of fun to watch, and she will definitely be a go-to today for the Aggies.
In his second season at the helm of the Texas A&M program is Jamie Morrison, 28-17 overall, 2023 NCAA tournament team. His counterpart, Jason Watson, 3 wins away from a monumental 150 wins in 9 years at Arkansas. Just about set to get underway here. Both of these teams, again, coming off sweeps on Friday, so it's anybody's match here today to get back in that win column. Olivia Huey serves it up for Arkansas. A&M goes straight to Emily Helmuth, who tips it over for the first point of the match.
It's going to be really important for Texas A&M to get those outsides going early and often. We talk about Logan Lednicki, but you've got to be able to balance that offense. And so if Emily Helmuth and the other outside hitter, whoever comes in, it'll be interesting to see who comes in off the bench, who's going to be that point producer.
Touch on the block, and then a nice almost dig by Morgan Perkins for the Aggies, but the point goes to Arkansas. Kylie Weeks, defensive specialist, comes in to serve now for the Razorbacks. Lednicki blocked, keeps it alive. Helmuth, another kill for Emily Helmuth.
Wasn't super clean. Definitely had a little bit of a bounce off the net, but sometimes it doesn't have to be pretty to be a point. We say that a lot, and another nice kill there by Helmuth.
Off the block. Maddie Walk unable to come up with it. Nice point from Arkansas to get that point back on serve receive.
Anytime you can get your passes good enough to run your middles on that first play is great. And right there, successful out of the middle with Zoe Evans.
Hannah Hogue, setter for Arkansas, but A&M answers with a huge swing from Ifena Kasapala.
And this is big for Texas A&M. Kasapala has been a little quiet as of late, and I think a big part of it is she hasn't gotten in a rhythm from the start, and a lot of times Texas A&M is missing serves during her rotations, and so she's just not seeing a ton of time and getting a lot of swings. So I think that's, in right there, case in point, a missed serve while she's on the front row. That's moving her through those rotations so quickly. But the good news is first swing, big kill. We'll see if Kasapala can keep that going throughout the match.
Courtney Jackson, a libero for Arkansas, with the serve. And the block goes off Thurman. Point for Texas A&M.
And there's Taylor Humphrey. That's the other outside hitter for the Aggies. And again, I think it's really important for Texas A&M to get those outside hitters swinging well early on.
Short serve from A&M's libero, Ava Underwood. Lednicki with a swing off the block. Looks like Zoe Evans missed that one for Arkansas. Point Texas A&M.
Yeah, and if you're Arkansas, you want to do whatever you can to slow her down, and block touches like that are great if you can keep them in the area of play for your defenders to come up and grab.
Thurman goes immediately to that right side, or I should say Hogue goes immediately to that right side to Thurman, who makes up for it with a kill.
Yeah, talking to Coach Watson before the match, asked about Thurman, how she's contributing to the team, played her freshman season at North Carolina. He said she's great. He goes, especially as a right side, that big lefty swing. He goes, she may not be in the field of Logan Lednicki yet, but she definitely has the potential to be that kind of athlete.
Off the block, saved by Helmuth, run down by Walk. And then Humphrey sends it over. Thurman with a tip. Underwood almost gets the pancake, but not quite. Point Arkansas.
Tips don't necessarily make the highlight reel, but man, they are so important. And when you can change a shot like that and be that tricky with it.
Lednicki misses that one. Goes out. Point Razorbacks.
A rare hitting mistake there by Lednicki. Arkansas definitely looking to take advantage of that.
Avery Callum now in the match for the Razorbacks, serving it up. There's Morgan Perkins for Texas A&M with the kill out of the middle.
Love that push from Maddie Walk. She is not afraid to set Morgan Perkins no matter where she is on the court. And sometimes they force it a little bit too much, but that right there, great swing. Block was set up, just wasn't pressed over.
Two setters on the court now for Texas A&M as Margot Manning comes in to serve and play defense for the Aggies. And she misses that serve. And she'll immediately come out for Logan Lednicki to come back in. Lednicki a threat in front of the line and behind the line.
Second service error on the day for the Aggies, something that will definitely kind of keep track of throughout this match, because it has been an issue as of late for Texas A&M and honestly for a lot of other teams around the country as well.
Humphrey struggled on that serve receive, but she gets the kill. Cross court deep corner for the Aggies.
Really nice shot right here by Taylor Humphrey. I talk a lot about hitting the perimeter of the court. When you can hit the perimeter, see how the defense is going to be a little bit more inside. They see that ball at their shoulders, think it's going to be out, but a beautifully placed ball by Humphrey.
Ellie Stinson now serves it up for the Aggies. Another missed serve for Texas A&M. That's 3 so far, with no aces to go along with it.
Yeah, we talk about good misses and bad misses, and a bad miss is that one right there in the bottom of the net. You don't even make the other team have to make a decision on whether or not they want to play that ball. It's truly a free point you're giving to the other team.
Hui with a tough serve, misses deep. That's Arkansas's first miss of the match.
Nice aggressive serve right there, but you hate to answer a miss serve with a miss serve. You want to try to keep the momentum, and right now this is so back and forth.
There's Pettis, and then A&M Helmuth was called in the net as well. That was going to be an ace for Arkansas. That ball just kind of dropped right inside that baseline.
Yeah, and that's a tough ball to let go. You've got Logan Lednicki, who's in the back, helping out the serve receive. Ellie Stinson, very good passer, but they followed that ball really thinking it was out, and it just landed inside.
Another one for Afena Kasapala.
And this is a good sign for Texas A&M. They want to get Kasapala moving and grooving offensively. She is a threat with her block at the net, but man, when you can also get her swinging well, it is really good for the Aggies.
Another missed serve from Texas A&M.
Let's go Aggies! Let's go Aggies! Let's go Aggies!
Helmuth blocked. We talked about her in the pregame. Madkin for Arkansas.
Yeah, we talked about her offensively, but check out this block. Straight down off the Emily Helmuth swing. Really nice block there by Madkin.
That one sails long. Point Texas A&M.
And it seems like any kind of momentum that either side is building is immediately getting broken up by themselves with these missed serves. And I completely understand wanting to serve aggressively and not just giving a lollipop over, because that's basically like a free ball, and then the other team's gonna run their offense, but you've got to try to keep some of this momentum going.
Free ball coming now for the Aggies. Walk to Lednicki. Lednicki straight down to Hannah Hogue, who can't come up with a dig. Point Texas A&M.
Nice job by Underwood. And because Afena Kasapala was going in so hard, that held the middle there for Arkansas and left Lednicki with a wide open split in that block.
Thurman roll shots it over. Taylor Humphrey in the net though for Texas A&M. Or Kasapala was in the net for Texas A&M.
Yeah, 2 net violations now for the Aggies, and it's pretty rare. You don't see that a whole lot, but those pin blockers just getting a little bit too anxious and getting into the net.
Kasapala, there's Courtney Jackson with a nice dig. Back row from Helmuth, she pushes it over. Thurman blocked. Hui on the outside gets the point for Arkansas. Thurman denied by Kasapala, but it goes down on the A&M side of the net. So that takes us to the 15-point timeout. We'll see what the rest of set number 1 brings. Can Arkansas keep it going?
Cake, fork, son, boat, a crowd.
With plaque psoriasis, even the thought of an itchy situation can throw you off your game. Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis.
Car, drum. Yes.
Otezla can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over a decade. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
Baby.
What? Go.
Football.
Yes. Yeah.
With less itchy redness, game night is a great night. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Scan to learn more.
I mentioned the series history between these two schools, and when I say it's tied, I mean it is dead even at 9-9. But Arkansas has won the last 5 meetings.
Yeah, Texas A&M has not won since 2019. So the Razorbacks, definitely the more successful team in the last good bit, at least that these players are going to remember.
Tight ball for Walk. But Casapala comes through for the Aggies and uses that Arkansas block to get the points.
Yeah, that was a nice kill by Athena Casapala because the point right before the break, it was a soft block. She misplayed it, didn't get across the net, so it was a blocking error on her part. And so to be able to come out of that timeout and get the kill, get that point back for your team, that's a nice job by Casapala.
Ava Underwood serves it up for the Aggies. Thurman off the block. Can't come up with it. Point, Arkansas.
Thurman, the transfer from North Carolina. In her freshman season as a Tar Heel, she was 3rd on the team in kills, and she has been a huge addition to this Arkansas offense.
Watt gets that one over, but it goes out on Arkansas's side. So the Arkansas Razorbacks getting a little more momentum here after that break. And Jamie Morrison doesn't like that. He wants to call a timeout so they can talk about it and see what they can do. Arkansas has been a team that has been on the rise for sure under Jason Watson. They have continually improved their record year over year in the last 5 seasons.
Yeah, and especially last year, just such an impressive season for the Razorbacks. They went 15-3 in SEC play. That was their best record since 2003, Casey. And as you mentioned, just this constant, steady increasing in improvement, I should say. It's been a lot of fun to watch them. And then, of course, ended the 2023 year at the Elite 8. That's the furthest any Arkansas team has ever gone in an NCAA tournament for volleyball.
You've heard us say her name a lot here already today, but Romani Thurman for Arkansas is getting so much done for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, the right side lefty. We thought we'd be talking a lot about Logan Lednicki on A&M side, but Thurman has come out strong in this set for the Razorbacks, doing a nice job of working over the block, around the block. We've seen some really nice tips from her as well. She's got 5 kills on the day, hitting .714. Super impressive percentage right there for the sophomore.
Arkansas holding on to a 5-point lead here. A&M uses their first timeout of the match.
If you're Texas A&M, you want to get this point immediately out of the timeout and see if you can get back there and build a little bit of momentum on your side.
Lednicki blocked, it goes out. So A&M comes away with the point out of the timeout.
And that is why it is so tough to defend her, because even when she's hitting into the block, she's hitting with such power and speed that it's tough to block that ball straight back down on her side of the court.
Margot Manning in to serve for the Aggies, misses it in the net. Second miss for her today.
And right now, that is your job. You are coming in to serve and play defense for Logan Lednicki, but more importantly, to serve. And now you've missed twice on the day. So it's just got to be really frustrating for Jamie Morrison right now, because he's looking at his bench trying to figure out where he can get some points back there.
Arkansas second setter, Lo Jones, comes in the match and will now serve it up for the Razorbacks. Nice job by Logan Lednicki down the line for the kill.
And again, she comes back in and plays defense because of this right there. They can use her offensively even when she's in the back row. Beautiful back row attack. Her and Maddie Walk have really perfected that combination of that set and that swing.
Hui blocked out off Walk for the point.
Nice tool right there. Arkansas knows that A&M is a very good blocking team, and so I know that part of their game strategy today is going in, look for those hands, but try to go high off the hands. Look for those pinky fingers. Try to get those tools.
Morgan Perkins block. Madkin was all over that for Arkansas.
One part of the game that Coach Watson said he thinks they could improve on is blocking, and I think they're doing a pretty good job of it today. Great setup right there. They saw that all the way. Perkins tried to come in, be a little sneaky, get behind walk, but Arkansas read it.
A&M keeps this going. Lednicki sends it over. Reset. There's Stinson with a big dig. Underwood with a back set. Here's Hogue. Off the block. Anaya Madkin, another kill for Arkansas, and they're at 21. A&M calls their second timeout of the set.
Yeah, and I don't blame Coach Morrison for calling this one. It's definitely getting a little out of hand right now. Arkansas looking very good on their side of the court, and Texas A&M, the only real answer they have is Logan Lednicki, but you can't get her the ball every single time.
And what just watching Chelsea, I mean, the breakdown is where for Texas A&M right now?
Right now, the passing isn't great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And so when you're not passing the ball into that perfect target position, you don't have all three options. You only have one, maybe two. So that's part of it. But I look at those missed serves, 5 missed serves in this game, and several of them have been in the net. And so Arkansas is not really even having to think about it. So yeah, and then you got to give Arkansas credit. They're doing a really nice job on their side. They're playing tough defense. They're blocking the ball well. They've got 2 blocks on the day. And offensively, they're hitting .579 right now. That's a huge number for a team.
A&M is hitting .391, but a stat that stands out to me is they have no blocks. A&M on Friday, 0-3 versus Florida. Number 23, Florida. A&M hit the lowest hit percentage of their season. They were way behind in blocks, and Florida had 6 aces.
Yeah, and watching that game on Friday, the Gators just in complete control the whole time. They looked more like a maybe 15th, 14th ranked Florida Gator team instead of 23. I know they've had their ups and downs this season, but they were very up and good on Friday, and A&M just couldn't find an answer. It was close. It was back and forth. There were definitely some good moments for the Aggies, but it was just Florida was too tough to get on top of on Friday night.
Margot Manning comes into set now for the Aggies.
You've also got Ital Lapio in for Texas A&M on the right side.
And she adds the big block for Texas A&M. Helmuth with a big swing to get the point back for the Aggies.
Nice swing here by Emily Helmuth, gets the pass, beautiful pass. She gets rewarded with the set, and then just a really hard cross-court shot right there that Callum couldn't dig.
An ace for the Aggies, their first of the match. Morgan Perkins cuts the lead to 5 now for Arkansas. Another tough serve. Free ball now for the Aggies. Manning, Casapala gets the kill for the Aggies.
I love that Margot Manning went back to Finna Casapala because she kind of mishandled that overpass on the serve and then gave her a little bit of a chance to redeem herself right here. Big swing by Casapala.
There's Pettis blocked right back in the middle of the court. But then Madkin, too much on that outside position.
And that's a smart swing by Madkin, going at the middle blocker who's serving and playing defense, Morgan Perkins. You always want to recognize when the middle is back there because they're not going to be as good as a normal defender most of the time. Not to say that middles can't play defense in the back row, but you definitely know where the weaker spot is on the court, and Madkin did just that.
Helmuth pushes it over. There's a big block from Finna Casapala.
And sometimes it just takes one, Casey. It just takes one to get in that rhythm. Let's check it out here on the replay. Right into the hands, and she pushes it straight back into the middle of the court. Beautiful block by Casapala. That's the first one for the Aggies, but we'll see if maybe that kind of starts snowballing into something bigger.
Maddie Walk back in to serve now and play setter for the Aggies. Off the block, net violation on Emily Helmuth as well. Point Razorbacks.
It's a third net violation on Texas A&M just in this set. And again, those are free points that you're giving to the other team. Tough break right there for the Aggies.
It's been those little errors that have plagued Texas A&M here in this first set. Missed serve from Hannah Hogue gives the point right back to Texas A&M. Lednicki off the bump pass. Block just out off Lednicki's hands. Matkin again, another kill. Set point now for Arkansas. Point Texas A&M though, Logan Lednicki using the block.
You know they're going to Lednicki on that play, and Arkansas knew it too, but just couldn't press over enough, and the power behind Lednicki's swing, it's just so much.
Ava Underwood with the serve. Lednicki playing some defense for the Aggies. Taylor Humphrey blocked. Back row from Helmuth off the block, and here come the Aggies. 24-21.
I love that idea right there by Maddie Waugh. Going to the back row. Everybody was kind of sucked up by the net. Everybody was right there. Let's mix it up. Go to the back row, and a good swing by Helmuth.
She's like, I'm 6'4".
Logan Lednicki taking the time to mop up some sweat off the floor. Still set point now for Arkansas.
Very nice person.
Errant pass on that serve receive, set up Huey, but couldn't keep it in the court. Point Texas A&M. A&M fighting off 3 straight set points now.
I really thought we'd see a timeout called right there by Arkansas, but Coach Watson letting his team play this out on the court.
Thurman right off Maddie Walk's arms. Point Arkansas, and they take the first set, 25-22.
Arkansas took that set, Casey, but Texas A&M with a lot of momentum late in that set. So the Aggies still got to feel pretty good about that comeback in that set, but the Razorbacks doing a nice job of finishing that thing. We'll see what happens in set 2.
Romani Thurman, 6 kills so far for her, and the Arkansas Razorbacks going to set 2. 1-0 here at Reed Arena.
The $6 meal deal is here. It starts with Dunkin's legendary coffee, a toasty, melty bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and a crispy, crumbly order of hash browns. It's kind of the biggest deal in breakfast. The $6 meal deal, available now.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your spelling first before taking off your shirts.
Stu, Virginia.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Hey, what's up? I'm the W.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
When greatness calls, you answer. Don't give up. Level up. Design your dreams. Polo 67, the iconic fragrances. Ralph Lauren.
At Macy's, the fragrance destination.
Back in Aggieland inside Reed Arena, and Arkansas takes the first set over Texas A&M 25-21. to 22. The Razorbacks mentioned that they're 14-3 overall, but they're 3-3 on the road this season so far, Chelsea. But today, this first set was really all them until the end.
Yeah, hitting 464 on the day. That's a really, really fantastic number for your offense. You can see that hitting percentage when they're on the road is around 202, and so they're already doing a much better job today. And I had a feeling that we would see an Arkansas team, coming into this match a little hungry for a road win, especially after taking the loss to Texas on Friday.
All right, X.
Well, they definitely showed up ready to play here. We'll see if that continues in set number 2.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Arkansas won that first set, and they were really good all across the board. But there was that last-minute surge by Texas A&M, a little bit of a momentum build right there at the end. We'll see if that kind of continues or if Arkansas picks right back up where they left off in that first set on top of things.
Mentioned Arkansas hit 464 in that first set. A&M hit 419. Both outstanding numbers. Usually you see the losing team in the 200s somewhere.
Or even lower,
or
yeah.
even lower than that, but not in this case. Stinson. Madkin dug up by Stinson. Here's Helmuth. Hits it out. Point Arkansas.
It's a tough ball coming from behind you. It's really high. The timing of something like that is tough, and Helmuth just a little bit too under that one.
Let's go Aggies. Let's go Aggies. Let's go Aggies.
There's Morgan Perkins and a nice dig by Courtney Jackson for Arkansas. The senior libero. Block, Zoe Evans on that one. Maddie Watt getting offensive for the Aggies.
I think other teams forget about Maddie Walk sometimes because she doesn't do this a lot, but when she does, she picks great moments. She is left-handed. She's got the ability to get up and swing. I love that play right there by Walk.
A&M misses their serve to give the point right back to Arkansas. 6 service errors now for the Aggies in this match so far. Helmuth. Dug up by Kylie Weeks, but then nobody could get to the second ball.
Strong swing here by Emily Helmuth. I mentioned Texas A&M is going to need some outside hitter production if they're going to want to be a more balanced offense and really be able to compete at this level. And there's an ace for the Texas A&M Aggies.
With an assist, yeah.
We've been talking so much about the missed serves, but there's a little positivity from behind the service line.
That's gonna go out. Hannah Hogue unable to control it. And A&M now up by 2 here in this second set.
Yeah, that'll go down as another ace for Maddie Walk.
Ava Underwood with a nice dig for the Aggies. Here's Helmuth, blocked. Looks like Romani Thurman got that one for the Razorbacks.
Yeah, A&M was a little out of sorts after this dig by Underwood. Watch her scrambling around on the ground. And then a beautiful block, just nice, solid on the outside. Helmuth's gotta have to look for some fingertips instead of right in the heart of that block.
Tight set. Maddie Walk one-hands it though, and Afinokas Paula follows it up with a kill.
Yeah, always trust your middle to be up in the air. Those two have a very good connection. And Maddie Walk showing off that athleticism, one-handed block, lots of net movement, but that's all ball. That's a clean play. Nice job by Kasapala.
Hogue. There's another block. Zoe Evans with the block that time.
Evans and Thurman have been a very good team there on the outside for Arkansas. Razorbacks tipping a lot, and Texas A&M ripping the ball, but right into the block of Evans from Taylor Humphrey for the Aggies.
Still a 1-point lead for the Aggies. There's Logan Lednicki. 6 kills now for the junior.
I know Courtney Jackson's frustrated. She's right where she wants to be down the line. And this ball just right off of her fists, basically, of her platform, but such a strong swing by Lednicki.
Perfect pass, but an errant hit from Thurman sends it way out for Arkansas.
I think Thurman was trying to answer back with a rip of her own after that Lednicki kill, but got just a little too excited, hit that ball too flat, didn't have the trajectory going down.
Ava Underwood now serves it up for the Aggies. Down the line, dug up, but then nobody can get to it. Ramani Thurman now goes to the back row and serves it up for Arkansas. Lednicki with a bump set. Ava Underwood will send it over. Taylor Humphrey with a shot. Huey tips it over. Walk to Lednicki. Right at Courtney Jackson again.
And this is what the Arkansas block wants to look like. They want to leave line and allow Courtney Jackson to dig down the line. But Lednicki is hitting it right into that window, and she just hits with so much power and speed. It's hard, even for one of the best liberos in the conference, to dig that ball.
Humphrey goes down the line, finds that open spot in the court for the Aggie kill, and the Aggies holding on to a 4-point lead now here in set number 2.
And this is a great example of you don't have to hit the ball with a ton of power and speed. You just have to place it perfectly. Lovely little deep roll shot right down the line. Good swing there by Humphrey.
Pettis blocked. Huey blocked, but it goes out. Point Arkansas.
A&M's getting a lot of action at the net with their block, but they only have one block on the day that has been successful.
Don't mess up. Don't mess
Yeah, there's been a lot of errors with their blocking today.
Don't mess up. Don't mess up.
Quick to Morgan Perkins. Point Texas A&M.
But when you can make up for it with a swing like that, pretty sure Coach Morrison's going to be okay with it. Really nice swing by Perkins. Love the push by Maddie Waugh.
Great set.
Very good set, and just cranks it.
Ellie Stenson serves it up for the Aggies. Callum with the pass. That goes in. Point Arkansas.
It's a nice deep swing by Anaya Madkin. Just goes right into that deep corner of Texas A&M's defense. Tough ball to defend.
Arkansas still with some work to do. Down by 3 now here early on in the second set. Off the block, dug up. And no problem for Madkin finding that open spot in the middle of the back row for Texas A&M.
Yeah, this is just another solid swing by Madkin. Gets outside, nice approach. It goes right over Morgan Perkins, almost looks like, or through that seam, but found the opening.
Ava Underwood with the pass, quick to Morgan Perkins. Another kill for the middle blocker.
Starts with a great pass by Underwood and then another push. It's interesting, there's definitely a difference between the styles of play of Perkins and Casapala. Casapala really likes to go right at the setter. Perkins likes to get pushed a little bit further away. They both definitely have their benefits.
Anaya Madkin goes down the line. that time for the kill.
Yeah, and just like that, she's rattled off about 3 in a row. Good swing by the freshman.
7 kills now for Madkin. Lednicki blocked at the net. Madkin and Zoe Evans team up.
It's very rare that a team completely stops Lednicki. They'll slow her down occasionally, get some touches, things like that, but that was just a massive stop for the Arkansas Razorbacks.
1 point lead now for the Aggies. They let that one go, rightly so, it was out. So that's a point for the Aggies. One-handed set, Thurman pushes it over. That's gonna go out from Caso Paulo, couldn't get her body turned. Caso Paulo with 5 kills in this match on 9 attacks so far. That time, their timing was off.
Good
She
save,
pushes
though.
it over. That goes off the block, and Ava Underwood unable to come up with it, so Arkansas ties it up now, 12 apiece.
Yeah, nice job by the Razorbacks. They've been behind, but they just kind of keep clawing away. We knew this would be a close matchup, and so far, that's what we've seen.
Courtney Jackson, a fantastic libero for Arkansas, serves it up. Tough serve, the Aggies struggling with it. But they get the kill off the block. Logan Lednicki with her 8th.
Yeah, Lednicki hitting from the outside position in this rotation. The bump set and just pinballs it right through the split in the block. Nice job by Maddie Walk there to get there and get that ball up, allowing Lednicki with the opportunity.
Emily Helmuth misses her serve deep. Arkansas, I should say, ties it up at 13.
Serving is such a mental game too, and sometimes just the thoughts that go through your head back there, and you really want to just kind of, you want to focus, but you don't want to overthink it. Yeah.
Get too tight. It's kind of like pitching in baseball and softball. There's a nice kill from Texas A&M.
Yeah, this time they were finally able to connect. Casa Paula right in front in a beautiful turn. I really thought, and I think a lot of people thought she was gonna go to the right side, but turns that ball, nice cross court.
Underwood with a short serve. Callum is there, and then that one goes out. 15-point media timeout. The Aggies this time, first to 15. We'll see if they can keep up the momentum here in set number 2 for Rita Rena when we come back right after this.
Being a football player with plaque psoriasis is challenging. The football locker room is always a place where people are going to see your skin and you can't hide it forever. I'm Dallas Goddard, professional tight end, and this is my story. I felt embarrassed by my plaques, and I was covering up on and off the field. For years, I've treated my plaque psoriasis with topicals, but the hardest part for me was applying them every day, applying them to spots that are hard to reach, and it's something that you just have to be so consistent with to see visible changes. So recently, I talked to a new doctor about a medication, Otezla. It's a pill form and works from the inside out. Looking back at it, I probably could have told my doctor my struggles earlier.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
And we're back. College volleyball on the SEC Network. A&M and Arkansas. A&M trying to tie this one up. First to 15 here in set number 2 after losing set number 1, 25-22. Timeout came in a good time for Arkansas. They needed a break to talk about what they need to do here against the Aggies. Hogue sends it outside. Block slows it down for Texas A&M. Here's Underwood to Lednicki cross court. Off Hogue's shoulder and sails out. Point Texas A&M.
Yeah, Logan Lednicki just absolutely lets loose on this set from Underwood. And it's a pretty flat hit, but goes right off the shoulder of Hogue. And the power from the hit made that ball ricochet completely out of bounds.
Another missed serve for the Aggies gives the point right back to Arkansas. Two-point lead now for the Aggies at 16-14. Morgan Perkins comes right back for the Aggies. The Aggies using their middles to their full potential today. 4 kills now for Morgan Perkins.
Yeah, this is just a really nice swing. Again, Morgan Perkins really loves to move across the net. She doesn't hit a lot out of the true middle. And because of that, the pass doesn't always have to be perfect right at that setter's position. They can really move and still get the ball to Perkins.
Here's Margot Manning, serves it up for the Aggies. Pettis with a tip. Arkansas reached over the net, but it wasn't called. Play continues. Talupio in now to provide a tall block for the Aggies. She pushes it over. Then Taylor Humphrey finishes it off for the Aggies.
And Jamie Morrison still trying to talk to the up official after that play did not get called. And I don't blame him for wanting to question that, but A&M with the point regardless. A nice quick set to the outside, and I love the excitement between Humphrey and Manning on that play.
18-14 timeout Arkansas. The Razorbacks trying to figure out what they need to do here against these Aggies. Here's our featured SEC Network volleyball matchup for Friday night. Number 23, Florida hosts Tennessee at the O'Connell Center in Gainesville. The Gators have beaten the Vols 3 of the last 4 matchups in 11 of 13, dating back to 2013. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern. Logan Lednicki for Texas A&M Chelsea, 9 kills on 13 attacks today.
Yeah, hitting .538, a really incredible hitting percentage. I mean, we talk about her and we keep talking about her, but that's because she keeps doing things like this. She just has so much power, so much athleticism. Maddie Walk has to love setting that ball back to her and just letting her do her thing. The block, even when they're there, she's able to go around them. She's been crushing that line today against the Razorbacks, and Courtney Jackson is in the right spot, but just so much speed, she's unable to get under that ball. Lednicki today, as you mentioned, 9 kills, hitting .538. And you can see right here in her last 4 matches, struggled a little bit at LSU. That was a tough 5-set loss for the Aggies, but hitting consistently over 300, which is a great number. Today, all the way up in that 500 range.
Huey off the block. Right around Lapuyo and Morgan Perkins.
Yeah, and she knew she had a big block in front of her, but did a nice job of just going right through those hands. A&M still with only 1 block on the day.
In the net, point, Texas A&M. Madkin misses that one for the Razorbacks. Cross court, just wide. Actually, they're going to say a touch called on Texas A&M. Jamie Morrison is going to challenge that. his players are saying, no, nobody touched it. So we'll see this is our first challenge of the match.
And it was interesting because the ball was a slide attack on the side of the court we're closest to, and the line judge who called the touch was on the opposite side of the court. Not saying that she still can't see from there.
Was touch, point Arkansas. Texas A&M was challenging that there was no touch.
But even the up official kind of paused for a minute, like, are you sure there was a touch?
Yeah.
But you go with what your line judge says, and then obviously the coaches, and you can't overrule what a line judge says, but
officials are known to overrule calls. That has happened.
But in this case, they went with it, but you know that the teams have the ability to challenge, and they'll take another look.
I don't see anything there.
I don't either, and Pettis is running the slide. She's hitting back across the court, so she completely avoids Helmuth. If anything, it's gonna go off Perkins, but
yeah.
I don't really see anything either.
I don't see a finger go back. The ball doesn't change spin drastically. Perkins is late getting there.
Exactly, and that's, in this case, it worked out for her that she was late. And so, yeah, Perkins being late to the block, that ball's almost already past her hands before she gets up there. And I believe they'll also take a look where the ball landed if there is no touch, just to make sure that it also didn't land in, but I don't think that was necessarily a question. That ball was out. So there's a look at the replay official. He'll take a look at all of the views you just saw.
Here's a look at Hawkeye, the high-res system. I don't see it hit her. To me, it misses.
Now, I will say the call on the court was a touch. So to overrule that and change that, you have to be pretty certain that there was no touch, right? This is close. I don't think there was a touch, but I'm interested to see if the play gets overruled. Or the
see the gap there, the shadow of the ball going by Perkins' hand. So he's already made his decision, which is a quick decision, which is nice. That's the goal of this new Hawkeye system, is to get these decisions as quickly as possible while doing your due diligence to make it quick. And that has not always been the case this season. It has not always gone super quick.
And you want them to get it right, obviously. Yes. I mean, that's the point of this whole replay system, is so that the call is right on the court. But there is something to say about, it really breaks up the flow of the game when they take too long. We thought he was ready, but this is
they're
still
having
taking a while.
A discussion with the down ref now, taking a while. All right, we're about to hear.
The original call is reversed. There was no touch.
Okay.
The ball is out. Point Texas A&M.
No touch called, so enough evidence that they overruled that call on the court.
No touch, and the ball was out. So yes, it will be a Texas A&M point.
And that's a big point, because that takes it from 1916 to 2015, I believe.
And Texas A&M keeps that challenge. So both teams still with 2.
2015 now. A&M with a 5-point lead here in set number 2. Sanaya Pettis, though, comes through with her second kill.
So Pettis had the slide before that just got overruled. They go to her again. This is a play that Coach Watson really likes and wants to see more of. Great swing right there by Pettis.
Emily Helmuth sends it over. Matkin blocked. Ital Lupio looks like she got all of that one for the Aggies.
And that's a big reason why they bring her in. She is 6'6", and she does a really nice job at the net, puts up a huge block with Perkins, who is able to get over there and close. I also love the energy that she brings onto the court.
Perkins almost with another ace.
Great up by Jackson.
Tight ball. Helmuth has to take a step back to send it over. Madkin tips it over. Here's Lupio, cross court. And Madkin finishes it off for Arkansas. Still a 4-point lead for the Aggies.
Nice job by Madkin. She'd been a little quiet since getting her 7th kill. She's been blocked a couple of times, had to go to the tip, finally finds an opening in that block. A little bit of a seam right there between Casapala and Lupio, and she was able to take advantage of it.
Hogue with the serve. Margot Manning pushes it out, but the net call on Texas A&M.
Yeah, it's a tough break right there for the Aggies. I think Manning was actually called in the net after she set the ball. It was gonna be a really nice tool by Emily Helmuth, but Arkansas catches a little bit of a break.
Casapala dug. Free ball coming now for the Aggies. Lupio goes straight down. Number 2 for number 2.
When she gets a hold of one, it's some of the best I've seen in the country. I mean, absolutely just crushes that ball. Beautiful set from Manning. I almost thought she was gonna go back to Casapala. I like the decision. Move the blockers, keep them on their toes.
There's a big block from Ifena Casapala. Timeout Arkansas, as the Aggies are now 2 points away from tying up this match at 1 set each.
And Casapala, she's been struggling a little bit. I say that, she's got 6 kills on the day, but there's been some misconnection between her and Walk and even Manning. But if offensively things aren't going well, what else can you do? Block a ball like that, Ifena Casapala. That is what she is known for. One of the best blockers in the country last season and this season. And Texas A&M, I think if they can really get that block going more and more, they can really take this thing away.
That's what spurred them at the end of set 1, was the block.
Absolutely, and right now they've got 2 in this set, 3 on the day. But I really think that if they can keep winning at the net like that with the block, then they definitely have a chance at taking this match.
So A&M relies on the block heavily. Arkansas, on the other hand, does not. They are a dig team.
Yeah, you've got 2 very good defenses here, I think, but they do it in very different ways. So again, that opposing hitting percentage, A&M and Arkansas both very good at keeping the opposing team from hitting very well, if that makes sense. But A&M, you can see, ranked 3rd in blocks per set, Arkansas 10th, but then in digs, Arkansas 2nd in the SEC in digs per set. Big reason of that, Courtney Jackson, obviously back there, incredible libero. And A&M is a great libero with Ava Underwood too, but they do just such a better job at the net with that blocking. And so it's really been a lot of fun to watch these 2 defenses because they are so different in how they get things done.
Now, Courtney Jackson averaging 4.85 digs a set this season for Arkansas. That's just outstanding when you look at it across the board compared to, for example, Ava Underwood for Texas A&M. She averages 3.07 digs a set.
And sometimes you can't force hitters to hit at you, right?
Gonna be a reach over call there. Didn't allow the setter to attempt the set.
And I think that's the right call, but I can see why Jamie Morrison is upset because A&M didn't get that call earlier in this set. But yeah, Hannah Hogue trying to set that ball. If you interfere with that and it's still on their side of the net, that is an illegal play.
Free ball coming now for Arkansas.
Good awareness of where she was on the court, Casapala.
Net call, another one on Casapala. A&M struggling with blocking in the net today.
And
timeout A&M.
I am a little curious. Oh, the foot. It was Casapala's foot caught the bottom of the net. So why she was saying, I didn't touch the net. My hands were not in the net, but her foot actually came up and hit the bottom of the net. It's a net violation, but it's the most net violations I've seen from a team in a long time.
In a very long time. A&M calls a timeout, 23-20. Arkansas won the first set 25-22. Had most of the momentum going into the end of the set, and A&M kind of surged there at the end. This one could be the opposite, Chelsea. Right now it's A&M with the lead, but Arkansas has gotten the last 2 points.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of momentum swings and shifts in this game, and it's always fun. That's why the game of volleyball is fun, because you can go on a roll, you can look amazing in one set, and then the opposing team comes out and plays their butts off in the next set. So a lot of back and forth right here. But yeah, this is a set that obviously A&M really wants to win to tie things up. You do not want to give Arkansas that 2-0 lead. But if you're Arkansas, you're really trying to make that surge late right here. The Razorbacks hitting 464. We mentioned it, both teams hitting really well in the first set. Second set, totally different story. I think the defenses have shored up a little bit. We've seen better blocking. Each team is kind of figuring out where the other one is going at this point.
Courtney Jackson back to serve now for Arkansas as the Razorbacks trying to come back here in set number 2. Logan Lednicki blocked on the outside, hitting from the other pin in this rotation.
I'm honestly not sure if that ball cleared the net or not. Thurman cheered like she blocked it, so maybe she did get a hand on it, but it's a very low to the net swing by Lednicki.
Net violation on Arkansas, but they're not going to call it. They're going to say A&M hit the net.
Yeah, I thought it was A&M in the net. Yeah.
I missaw.
But again, another misconnection between Walk and Casapala, and I'm not sure if the pass is too tight to the net, and then that's causing some troubles for Maddie Walk getting that ball to Casapala.
Well, they're going to bring Lednicki across now and let Helmuth hit. But there's Thurman. And Arkansas has tied up this set at 23 apiece. Timeout, Texas A&M.
Yeah, so they shifted, allowing Emily Helmuth to hit from the outside, and she had not a wide open net, but she definitely only had one block up in front of her, and she went right into the hands of Thurman. Really nice block right there to tie things up.
Logan Lednicki with 9 kills for the Aggies right now, and Anaya Madkin 8, and Romani Thurman with 8 for Arkansas.
And Thurman with 4 blocks on the day. That's a big number, especially when you've got outside hitters like Lednicki and Helmuth. You're trying to slow down. You've got to be able to have an answer, and she's done that so far today.
Got to mention these liberos. Courtney Jackson, 6 digs. Ava Underwood. I feel like Ava Underwood is all over the court, but she only has 5 digs noted. But she's had a lot of passes and serve receive as well as Jackson.
Yeah, and you know, we look at digs all the time, but how efficiently are they passing and serve receive? That is a huge part of the game, especially at this level, at any level really in the sport. And so if you can get that pass to target and allow your setters to run their offense, I mean, that's a huge part of your job as a back row player, but especially as a libero. Right here, Arkansas with the momentum, but I don't know, I feel like this is still A&M's game to take. They just have to get this side out right here, but the Razorbacks, they're definitely pushing back.
5-0 scoring run now for Arkansas coming out of the timeout. They go right back to Helmuth, struggling on serve receive. Makes up for it, though, with a huge swing. And it's set point now for the Aggies.
That is where you say, thank you, Maddie Walk. This is a tough pass. Look at this. She faces the net and sets it backwards and sideways. Like, just incredible skill right there by Walk. And then Helmuth, credit to her to execute on that last swing.
Ace, and that's how set number 2 ends for Texas A&M with a service ace. Their 4th of the match.
We've been talking so much about missed serves, Casey, but A&M finally comes in clutch with the ace. That was almost a tough game for the Aggies, but they're able to pull it out, winning 25-23.
The Aggies behind the hitting of Morgan Perkins, and Logan Lednicki takes set number 2, 25.
I'm Jordan Heidema, and soccer is just one part of my story. Jordan outside of soccer is a little bit different than Jordan in soccer. I have moments where I can be silly, I have moments where I can be serious, and you definitely get a sneak peek into who I am with what I wear. Off field, I mean, like street style, baggy stuff. I don't think there's like a gender in clothes. Whatever you feel confident in, go rock it. TJ Maxx. Maxx what makes you, you.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Okay, let's get going. Can everybody see that?
Like, you know, to check your desktop first before sharing your screen.
Oh, that is not the, oh, no. I don't know how that got in there. No, that,
Yeah, checking first is smart.
Okay, everybody get out.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
We've got a good one going here in Bryan College Station inside Reed Arena. Texas A&M and Arkansas all knotted up at 1. And thanks to the play of Anaya Matkin and Logan Lednicki.
The freshman, Madkin, has been a lot of fun to watch today. We talked about both of these players at the beginning of the game. They would be impact players. That's what we expected. That is exactly what has happened. Madkin is just finding a way around the tough block, even going into it right there and tooling off the block. She's finding the holes in the Texas A&M defense. She is swinging like a senior, not a freshman, and her athleticism has just been on full display today. Again, 8 kills on the day. That leads the team tied with Romani Thurman. But Logan Lednicki, everybody knows she's a go-to for the Aggies, getting it done, pinballing right there in between the block. She has such a big approach. It allows her to get so big and high in the air and then just crushes that ball down the line. Courtney Jackson, even when she makes the adjustment and gets on the line, Lednicki, so much power and speed, she just wasn't able to dig it. Lednicki, 9 kills on the day. What's more impressive is she's hitting at a .429 clip.
All right, set number 3. Again, these two teams, Arkansas has won the last 5 meetings, but they are tied at 9 wins apiece in the series, so they have a history. Dating all the way back to Southwest Conference days. Emily Helmuth goes down the line for the kill.
Really love that smart shot by Helmuth. Didn't have a lot of speed behind it, but just rolled it perfectly down the line into the hole.
Tip pushed back over by Casopala.
And they needed an answer for that tip. Arkansas has really started bringing out that tip more and more in the second set.
Goes down as a block for Casopala.
Yeah, as it should. Really nice job.
Got to give a shout out to Morgan Perkins. She stayed ready. It wasn't a hard hit ball at her, but she was ready for that first ball.
Yeah, Perkins plays good defense. Now, she's got to expect the ball because Arkansas knows she's back there, but does a good job. And then great connection right there. Walken, Casopala have been struggling a little bit today, finding each other. That was a successful one.
Mackin goes cross court. This time Perkins can't come up with a dig. Point Razorbacks.
Yeah, good heads up swing right there by Madkin, going at the middle in the back row. Tough swing for anyone to dig.
Kylie Weeks back to serve now for Arkansas. Helmuth put a little oomph on that one for the Aggies.
This is a good pass, and I want you to watch. Evans is going to stay with Casopala. That leaves a huge open in the block. Huge split, and Helmuth takes advantage.
Another tip. Helmuth is there. Here's Helmuth. Point Texas A&M.
Really tricky shot right there by Emily Helmuth, going down the line on a ball that was way inside. Good direction on that one.
And I said it was Helmuth with the dig. It was Walk who had the dig originally, and then Helmuth with the kill. Point Texas A&M, and the Aggies are on a roll early here in set number 3.
Right now, Maddie Walk's just serving the ball well. And Arkansas struggling to get that first ball kill. And every opportunity you give to A&M, they're taking it right now.
Easy ball for the Aggies. Casapala tips it over. Another tip. Madigan having some trouble getting a swing, and that one goes out. Lots of tips from Arkansas here early on.
And that's tough when you're having to approach and swing, and there's just not a lot of break. Eventually, you're just gonna kind of break down, and right there, a miss hit by Madkin.
4-0 run now for the Aggies. 5-0 run on the ace from Maddie Walk. Arkansas calls a timeout, down 7 points now here in set number 3. We're gonna take it with them. It's been all Aggies here in this tied match. 8-1 Texas A&M. We'll be back right after this.
Get ready for hosting at the Home Depot with free delivery on over 2 million items every day. So you can refresh your space before Santa or the family comes to town. Get holiday ready with savings at the Home Depot.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know, to check your spelling first before taking off your shirts.
Stu, Virginia.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Hey, what's up? I'm the W.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Jordan outside of soccer is a little bit different than Jordan in soccer. You definitely get a sneak peek into who I am with what I wear. Whatever you feel confident in, go rock it. TJ Maxx. Maxx what makes you, you.
Back at Reed Arena, it's been all Texas A&M here in set number 3. Arkansas made a run at the end of set 2, but A&M has come out serving tough. Maddie Walk with an ace that sent that one to a timeout for Arkansas. Another tip from Madkin. She'll get a swing here off the block, and Arkansas ends a 5-0 scoring run from the Aggies with a kill.
And great job by Madkin. That was just a tough rotation for Arkansas, and they were just trying to figure out how to get out of it. And she kept their tips into the block, and just things weren't going well. You just got to get out of it somehow. She gets the swing, gets the kill.
Lednicki uses the block, tools it for the kill.
And then that's tough. You get out of it, right? And A&M answers right back. Big swing by Lednicki on the outside.
Emily Helmuth now back to serve for the Aggies. Perfect pass from Arkansas. Sets up a nice shot for Zoe Evans.
Yeah, really nice pass by Weeks, right into the middle. Casapala was up, but Evans did a nice job of going around her and finding a hole in the defense.
Lednicki off the block. Slowed it down enough for Meeks to get a point. Thurman off the block. Point Arkansas.
And Coach Morrison has already got the challenge card. I'm assuming it's going to be a net violation he's looking at.
So he's going to say our challenge, we'll find out for sure, but the challenge is that Arkansas was in the net and it was missed.
The original call was no net. Texas A&M is challenging there was a net.
All right. They must have seen something that made them think enough to challenge this.
Yeah, and it was early on.
Oh, yes, right
Sure
there.
enough.
Hui
got the deflection, which is great. Really good slowdown off of that Lednicki kill, but you see her hand make contact with the tape. And that is a net violation, so.
Well, if that stands, it will be 10-3 Texas A&M.
A reminder, Coach Morrison won his last challenge, so he still has 2 to use.
I can't imagine they don't see this and rule in A&M's favor here. But we've been wrong before.
And they'll go through and look at the entire play. So this still may take a little while until they get here. They should go through because Coach Morrison doesn't, the challenge, you don't have to specify exactly where in the play they're asking for. So they'll go through and look at everything. And if at some point there was an Arkansas player in the net, this should be overruled.
So we'll await the decision. Again, as they want to move as quick as they can but being thorough at the same time.
That's what Coach Morrison's saying. He goes, it's right there. They're showing it on the Jumbotron here at Reed Arena. Everybody's seen it now a couple of times.
But like you said, they're looking at that entire point, and that was a longer point.
Yes, yes.
It wasn't a quick 1, 2, 3 rally.
Because a lot of times you think when the challenge is called, it was on the final swing, the final play of the rally. But in fact, this one was a couple of sets earlier on, exactly.
All right, looks like they've come to a decision. We'll hear from the down ref.
The original call is reversed. There was a net on Arkansas, point Texas A&M.
All right, there you go.
So another 1 challenge by Jamie Morrison. They'll keep that one. Both teams have 2 remaining.
So 10-3 now, A&M with a 7-point lead here in set number 3.
Coach Watson asking specifically where that net violation was called.
Ava Underwood now back to serve after a longer break for a challenge. Short serve. Can't get to that one. That was a nice job by Kylie Meeks on that serve receive to keep that going for Arkansas. Callum back to serve now for the Razorbacks. Underwood with a pass, quick to Perkins. Callum is there. Back to Perkins. This time she gets the kill for the Aggies.
Another good connection between Walk and Perkins. Perkins able to get out there. That ball gets pushed right to her. Good fast swing. Now Manning and Lapio will come back in for Texas A&M. So a little bit of a 6-2 here for the Aggies.
Ace for Margot Manning. She struggled early on in this match, but comes in and gets the ace, the 6th now of the match for the Aggies.
Yeah, missed her first two serves of the game, but comes in with a really nice one right there.
And the Aggies have only missed 8 serves total. They had a lot of those in the first set, but have really brought that down.
Yeah, there were 5 in the first, 3 in the second, and they have yet to miss one here in the third.
Thurman sends it over. Manning sets Humphrey. She uses the block. Pettis pops it up. That one goes long. Point, Texas A&M. And that lead grows to 9 now for the Aggies.
Coach Watson really prides himself on his team's ability to play clean volleyball. You don't typically see a lot of hitting errors from this team. They really keep the ball in play. Uncharacteristic mistake right there.
net violation, antenna violation, I should say, on Arkansas. So the point goes.
Yeah, that set was really far out, and Thurman did her best to push that ball back in, but clipped the antenna.
Tough serve from Margot Manning. She continues a 4-0 scoring run for the Aggies. Now a 5-0 scoring run. Last time it was a 5-0 scoring run, Arkansas caught a timeout, and they're gonna do the exact same thing this time around. They used their second timeout of the set. Tuesday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, right here on the SEC Network, we'll have our latest episode of True South. John T. Edge travels to Jasper, Alabama, to Brown's Deli and Package Store, as well as Bayou Fresh Seafood. He'll also meet the Johnson and Evans families and hear father and son stories about how Jasper, an old coal mining town, has evolved. It's going to be another great show. The middles for Texas A&M have combined for 12 kills here in this match today.
When Afina Kasapala and Morgan Perkins are both working at a high level, Texas A&M is a very good volleyball team. Maddie Walk, the transfer setter from LSU, has had to really work on that chemistry and that connection with both of these middles, and she has done a fantastic job. I love that they play kind of different styles. Morgan Perkins will really get outside, gets that ball pushed to her. Sometimes you'll see Kasapala go behind Walk, just does a lot of good jobs of mixing it up. In the last 2 matches, they have combined for only 17 kills, hitting 200. Today, between the two of them, they already have 12 kills, hitting 296. So some really good numbers for these middle blockers for Texas A&M.
Margot Manning continues serving for the Aggies. Arkansas goes to Pettis, dug up. Lupia misses that one in the net. Point Arkansas to end the run for the Aggies.
And sometimes when you're a team, things just aren't really going right. You just got to take advantage of any kind of mistake that the other team makes. Arkansas right there catching a break with the miss hit from Lepio.
Thurman comes back though. That's a serve you don't want to miss.
No, you're down by 10. You just got the ball back because of a miss hit, because of an error. You really want to keep that ball in. 5th service error today for the Razorbacks, and just not a good time for one right there if you're Arkansas trying to gain any kind of momentum at this point.
11-point lead now for the Aggies. Huey pushes it over. Underwood with a bump set to Helmuth, sends it cross court, in for the point.
This is a really nice deep ball from Emily Helmuth, especially coming from a bump set from behind her. Just goes nice deep into that corner. That's the longest space you have, so you can hit deep and still keep that ball in the court.
Block, Emily Helmuth excited about that one for the Aggies. 18-5, Texas A&M.
Yeah, just complete domination right now by the home team. And if you're the Aggies, you want to keep going because you want to take that into the 4th set. If you're Arkansas, you have got to try to stop the bleeding right now. Do whatever you can to get a little bit of momentum back on your side.
Arkansas used both timeouts already. Emily Helmuth tools the block. Another point for the Aggies.
And she's just having a day, Casey. 11 kills on the day, hitting 318. Add to that 8 digs, 2 blocks. This is exactly what A&M needs from another player other than Logan Lednicki.
Huey off the block. Stinson with a fantastic dig for the Aggies. Here's Huey again. Underwood this time. Helmuth off the block. Margot Manning is there. Helmuth again, slowed down. Pettis on the slide. There's Stinson again. Huey, cross court. What a rally. Perkins pushes that one up. Lupio to finish it off for the Aggies. No. Courtney Jasper is there. Jackson is there. Nobody wants this point to end. That one didn't clear the net. It's going to be a point for Arkansas.
Oh, I thought Coach Morrison was going to challenge something in that play, and I'll be honest, I was dreading how long that was going to take.
Oh my gosh.
Because if you would have had to look through that whole play, I think maybe he was even just kidding. That was a trick, not a treat. But wow, what a rally. And truly, it was who was going to get fatigued and just not be able to execute. And unfortunately for Texas A&M, that was Helmuth. So many swings, just couldn't clear the net on that last one.
Off the block to get the point right back. The Aggies are first to 20 here by a mile. 20-6 now, the lead.
I'm looking at Lupio and Helmuth, and they're still breathing so heavy right now. So is Thurman. Just so much effort in that rally.
Ava Underwood gets a break now on this serve, so she can sit down for a minute. She was all over the court as well. Arkansas doesn't get a break. Gonna have a net call, or a center line call on Arkansas. Another point for the Aggies. I sound like a broken record, but it's been all Aggies here in this set.
Yeah, you look at the score, and it's just Texas A&M is doing everything right. Arkansas can't figure out how to stop the bleeding, and when they do get a ball, they're not executing.
Another kill for Emily Helmuth, 13 now in the match for her.
Really nice dig by Morgan Perkins. See, middle blockers can play defense in the back row. And then a great job by Helmuth going off the hands of that block, that nice high deflection. Nobody could chase it down.
Another dig from Morgan Perkins. Lupio wins the joust with a net violation on Arkansas. And Morgan Perkins will continue serving for the Aggies, 2 points away from going up 2-1 in this match.
Great job by Perkins again on defense.
Lupio with the block for the Aggies. Another block. That one hits the court. Casapala gets that one for the home team, and it's set point now for Texas A&M.
It's good to see a smile on Casapala's face. She's been struggling a little bit, just a little bit quieter of a player than we're used to seeing, but you saw her teammates, how excited they got right there for her on that block.
Errant pass on that one. Another block. Casapala. And the Aggies take the set 25-6. That's the lowest points they've allowed this season in a set.
Incredible set right there for Texas A&M. Now the match is not over. This is an Arkansas team that has looked completely different from the start of the day to right now. So do not credit or do not discount them yet, but A&M right now in complete control.
Emily Helmuth contributed big time in that set for the Aggies, as did Morgan Perkins and Ifena Casapala. 25-6 score. The Aggies up 2-1.
Hey, bark, son. Boat, a crowd.
With plaque psoriasis, even the thought of an itchy situation can throw you off your game. Otezla is the #1 prescribed pill to treat plaque psoriasis.
Car, drum. Yes.
Otezla can help you get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking.
It's a bird.
It's a plane.
Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over a decade. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
Baby.
What? Go.
Football.
Yes. Yeah.
With less itchy redness, game night is a great night. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Scan to learn more.
fans have a lot to be happy about here for Texas A&M as the Aggies absolutely crush Arkansas in the third set, 25-6.
And Arkansas could just not get anything going offensively, hitting negative 171. Meanwhile, Texas A&M, mainly because of that girl right there, Emily Helmuth, had an incredible third set. The Aggies as a team hitting 357 in that set, winning 25-6, just absolute domination. Now, I mentioned it before we went to break. Do not count this Arkansas team out.
Absolutely not.
They have looked like two completely different teams. So who will we see in set number 4? We could see that team that was hitting 464 back in the first. Texas A&M, though, obviously a lot of momentum right now, especially playing at home. It's going to be tough for the Razorbacks to get out of this hole.
Well, Arkansas is going to have to pass a lot better than they did in that third set.
Yeah, we were seeing Hannah Hogue running all over the court, having to bump set balls, just trying to get it up to anyone. And when you're that out of system, especially against a team like A&M, it's going to be really tough to be successful.
There's going to be another ace for Texas A&M to start off set number 4. Ellie Stenson gets that one.
And what a difference have we seen between A&M servers from set 1 and up until now. This was a team that missed 5 serves in the first set and did not look very comfortable behind the line. Now, looking much more comfortable.
Walk to Helmuth off the block. Point Texas A&M.
And Emily Helmuth is doing an incredible job of using Hannah Hogue's hands on the block. Hogue is not a tall player. She's only 5'8". She's got hops, but when you're only 5'8", and then you've got Emily Helmuth at 6'3", hitting down on top of you, she's gonna be able to tool that block pretty effectively.
Courtney Jackson has to bump set that one. But Matkin says no problem and takes it for the kill.
Yeah, Matkin doing a nice job right there of just getting a swing, finding the court, getting a point. You're just trying to get any positive points at this point in the game.
Walk has to get on her knees to set that one, and then Emily Helmuth with one of her few errors she's had today on that hit.
Yeah, she's been great, but that one just mishits it, sails out. Arkansas leading the attack errors, though, with 18. And again, talking to Coach Watson before this match, Casey, he mentioned they played clean volleyball, really clean volleyball. This, I wouldn't be surprised if he said, is one of the dirtiest games they've played in a long time.
There's a big block from Arkansas, and the Razorbacks now with a 3-2 lead here. Coming out with a little fire now. Off the block and off Thurman for the kill.
You know, it's interesting. We've been saying so many other names other than Logan Lednicki in the last few points. She's been a little bit quiet, but that's because her teammates are picking it up and they're really, really contributing. That time, though, we get to see her.
An ace, Morgan Perkins. She's had a few of those here today. 2 now. And that's 8 aces for the Aggies in this match. That matches their errors. So that's what you want to see until that serve. Now they've got more errors than aces, but that's still a really good number when you're looking at service errors to aces.
And that was a good miss by Perkins. She really got close to it, made the back row of Arkansas look at it. Courtney Jackson had to read that ball.
Perfect pass from Helmuth sets up Casopala, and Maddie Walk to connect for the kill.
We talked about it, the middles for Texas A&M really contributing today offensively and defensively. Casopala doing a nice job, 8 kills on the day.
Zoe Evans comes through for Arkansas to get the point right back. We're tied at 5.
Great answer by the Razorbacks going to their middle. Evans with a big swing out of the middle. The 6'4" senior. It's a good pass by Jackson, and that's all you got to do. Casopala was with her, but Evans does a nice job of working around the block.
Ava Roth now in to serve and play defense for Arkansas, making a change. Casopala, though, gets the kill for Texas A&M.
Started off a little slow this match, Casey, but has really picked it up. Her and Maddie Walk have finally found the connection they had been looking for. You can see big high five right there. Everybody all smiles on the Aggie side.
That one goes out long from Helmet, a little too much on it. And the Aggies continue to try to serve deep and push Arkansas to make tough decisions on these serve receives. Romani Thurman did have a kill in that third set. Lednicki off the block, point, Texas A&M.
And Texas A&M was all out of system on that play. Maddie Walk was flying all over the court trying to get the second ball. She's gonna set it, just push it right up to Lednicki, who turns it down off the block. Great swing.
Underwood serves it deep. A&M going after the new passer on the court in Ava Roth, but she did a nice job there of slowing that down.
And Hannah Hogue, first time we've seen her kind of get tricky. Decides she's gonna go ahead and just take it over. Nice push right into the middle of the court.
Lednicki cross court, right at Thurman for the kill.
Romani Thurman did not play all 6 rotations when she was at North Carolina last year. That is something that Coach Watson decided he wanted her on the court at all times. Defensively, she is getting better, but right there, Lednicki just too strong.
Margot Manning in to serve now. And will set as well. Helmet is there in the back for Texas A&M. Manning to Morgan Perkins, who sends it over. Tip from Arkansas. Lands on the court for Texas A&M, point Razorbacks. Tied up at 8. That one goes long. For comparison, we've already seen Arkansas score more points in this set than they did in the third set, and they had already used both timeouts by now as well.
Yeah.
So much better job by Arkansas here.
Yeah, and I assumed we would see a bounce back. Now, will it be enough? I'm not sure, but yes, good to see. You know, Arkansas definitely had a conversation there during that break, and they are making the adjustments.
There's a block.
A&M celebrating a little early.
Yeah, the whistle hadn't blown yet.
And they thought that ball hit the ground. Arkansas actually covered it.
Jason Watson may challenge that here. He's walking toward the down ref.
Well, but ultimately, the end of the call was the ball hit the antenna or was outside, so there's really nothing to challenge.
Yeah.
But A&M, you got to be careful. You have got to wait until that whistle blows before you start celebrating.
Slide Zoe Evans off 1 foot for the kill.
Yeah, we've seen the slide from Pettis a couple of times, but one of Evans' first attempts at it, and does a nice job right here, making the journey all the way around, and then goes nice little side spin. That was a tough ball right there.
It's gonna be a service error from Arkansas, point Texas A&M. 7th error compared to 2 aces for Arkansas in this match. Evans misses that one. Tries to go cross court. Goes a little too much across her body and sends it out. Texas A&M pulling away a little bit here in set number 4. A must-win set for Arkansas. Thurman. It's gonna be her first kill since the second set.
Really nice swing right here by Thurman. Has to travel all the way across, get set, and then a nice cross-court shot.
Helmuth roll shots it over. Here's Thurman again. She roll shots it. Lupio off the block. If there was a most improved award for Texas A&M over the last 2 seasons, Ital Lupio would be in that mix for Texas A&M.
Definitely in the conversation. 6'6", so has so much athleticism. Just trying to kind of put all the pieces together. But when she's come in this season, she's done a nice job, and especially today, getting her job done, getting those blocks on the outside.
Tip over by Arkansas. A&M wants to take advantage of it. Courtney Jackson digs Logan Lednicki. Then Casopala comes right back for the Aggies. 6 blocks now for Casopala today.
Courtney Jackson finally finds herself in the right spot, makes a great dig from that hit from Logan Lednicki, but then Casopala just shuts it down.
Evans is there. Underwood comes up a little high on that one. Point Razorbacks, and they're hanging around.
She goes over to check on her fellow little, Ellie Stinson, who really chased down that ball and dove pretty hard. But a good swing there by Evans. Good effort by Stinson.
Lednicki tips it over. Here's Thurman through the block for the kill. Point Razorbacks.
Yeah, that time A&M's block was not able to seal off the net, and Thurman took advantage of it. Good swing by the right side.
Ava Ross adding a little something to the serve for Arkansas now. Quick set, Casopala. Another up by Jackson to keep it going for Arkansas. Tight ball, Helmuth. Off Huey to get the point.
Yeah, and luckily it was just a tip. That ball went right off Huey's face, but she looks to be okay.
1st to 15 is Texas A&M. It's a media timeout. We'll take it here. A&M in the lead here in set number 4 over Arkansas. The block squad is going for the Aggies. 8 blocks here today. 6 of those coming from Afina Casopala.
Oh, Maddie Walk still getting taped up, and they had blown the whistle to serve, and the entire bench was yelling, wait, wait. So Walk just getting a little tape on her finger. Be interesting to see if that affects her setting in any way. I hadn't noticed it before, so maybe some kind of tear or rip on her finger. They're wanting to get taped up.
Setter's fingers go through a lot. Could very well be a rip. Lednicki off the block. And A&M continues where they left off. 16-12 now for the Aggies. Here's Thurman off the block. Helmuth with a fantastic dig for Texas A&M. And then Humphrey off the block. Arkansas running it down. Jackson, though, unable to send it over. Nice hustle from Arkansas on that point, though.
Yeah, nice hustle, great effort. But a nice swing by Humphrey. And Texas A&M with the 5-point lead, and that's gonna force a timeout called by Arkansas.
3-0 scoring run for Texas A&M leading up to that timeout coming out of the break. Things don't get any easier for either of these teams after this match today. In fact, for Texas A&M, they're in Austin on Wednesday to face the league-leading Texas 6-0. Texas won the first meeting in College Station in front of just over 9,000 fans, a new record for Texas A&M. They won that one 3-1. They're the only remaining unbeaten team in SEC play. And A&M hasn't beat Texas since 2010.
Yeah, it's a great return of the rivalry. It was really exciting, that first match here in College Station. A&M looked really good in the set they did win, beating Texas 25-14. But the Longhorns able to make those adjustments, come back, ended up taking that match. They swept Arkansas on Friday, but this is going to be a fun one on Wednesday, so make sure you guys tune in.
On ESPNU, that match will be broadcast. This match, though, still got some work to do by both teams. A&M 17-12. This is a must-win set for Arkansas to keep this match going to a fifth and deciding set.
And Arkansas has definitely looked better than they did back in that third set where they lost 25-6, but they're still not rolling on all cylinders like they were early on in this match, and Texas A&M just seems to kind of have an answer for everything.
Emily Helmuth will be tasked with serving out of the timeout. Gets it in. Tight ball. Hogue one-arms it. Thurman off the block. Lednicki will pass it up. Back row from Helmuth. Times it out perfectly. Point, Texas A&M.
It's the second time we've seen Helmuth out of the back row. I love that option by A&M. It's really not something we've seen a whole lot this year. They use Lednicki out of the back row all the time, but love having that other option back there with Helmuth.
16 kills now for both Helmuth and Lednicki. Misses that serve. Ends a 4-0 scoring run by Texas A&M. Lo Jones in to set for Arkansas now. And a tip was rejected by Casopala.
Nice job by Pettis to stay strong at that net, blocked the tip. A&M was unable to cover it up.
Jones, redshirt freshman, misses her serve on that one. Gets the point right back to the Aggies. Hui down the line, dug up by Walk. Lednicki misses that one, but a touch called on Arkansas, so point, Texas A&M. That's 1,000 career kills now for Logan Lednicki.
Yep, 17 on the day, got the touch on the block, and 1,000. What a milestone for Logan Lednicki.
Pettis on the slide, tips it over. Nice dig by Lednicki. Hui down the line. Walk is there. Ava Underwood with a jump set. And Logan Lednicki finishes it off with the kill for Texas A&M. There was a lot going on in that point.
And I want you to check out this replay. Ava Underwood, the libero, jump set, make sure she stays behind the 10-foot line, because if the libero sets from in front of the 10-foot line, the hitter is not allowed to hit from the jump. So really nice job just being aware of where she is on the court and then finishing it with another kill is Lednicki.
Ava Underwood is libero for Texas A&M. 13 digs on the night for Ava Underwood.
And she also has 11 assists. We talk about just how much they utilize her on the court. She has been so good defensively for the Aggies this year, but she is so good at stepping in. She was a setter in high school. She has great hands. And anytime A&M is a little out of system, but they see the ball coming from Underwood, it's just like having another setter on the court. Logan Lednicki especially loves hitting off of Underwood. She is always able not to just get her a hittable ball, but a really good set.
They just recognized Logan Lednicki on this timeout from Arkansas for hitting 1,000 kills. She got a nice standing ovation from this crowd who knows the value she brings to this Texas A&M team. Ava Underwood, a big contributor to those 1,000 kills.
Absolutely. And she's only a junior, folks.
7-point lead now for A&M, trying to close out the match here in set number 4. They lost the first set 25-22, but then came back one set 2, 25-23, set 3, 25-6, and lead here in set 4. Pettis pushes that over. Here's Lednicki. Down the line, misses that one. Great job by Courtney Jackson, knowing where she was on the court.
Yeah, and it's Courtney Jackson's job to get to the line, but position yourself so that if the ball is outside of your shoulder, you know it's out. So when she lets that ball go, I don't know if she really had a choice. That ball was coming so fast.
It was hard hit ball.
But it was definitely out. Nice read.
Hui with the serve for Arkansas. Then Morgan Perkins for Texas A&M. 6 kills now for Morgan. Manning with a bump set. Humphrey misses that one wide. Point Arkansas.
Out of system ball, Humphrey trying to keep the ball in play, just hits it a little bit too wide. That's definitely something that outside hitters as a whole really have to work on. You're gonna get all those trash balls. You have to figure out a way to keep those in play aggressively.
Evans, dug up by Margot Manning. Free ball coming now for Arkansas. Free ball coming now for Texas A&M. Quick to Morgan Perkins. Jackson with a great dig. Lupio. Flat-footed, but still gets the kill for the Aggies.
Yeah, and just did a nice job keeping that ball in play. A rally like that, back and forth, it gets really easy to just get tired and kind of swing haphazardly, but she knew exactly what she wanted to do with that ball. And with her height, you don't have to get a huge approach every time. Just get on top of that ball, roll shot it in a perfect spot.
Forgot to mention the one-handed set by Margot Manning on that point as well. Evans is blocked. Arkansas sends it over. Perkins, and it is set and match point now for Texas A&M.
Match point.
That's out, and the Aggies come back after losing the first set to take the next 3 and defeat Arkansas. 25-16 was the score in set 4.
This was a close match early on, Casey, but then Texas A&M just became a different animal in set number 3 and honestly never really looked back. Huge home win for the Aggies, especially on that 2-game losing streak. They really needed this one. Jamie Morrison, he gets the win. First win over Arkansas since 2019. Big day for the maroon and white.
Once again, our final score, 3-1. Texas A&M wins it over Arkansas. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other games on SEC Network, download the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Chelsea Reber and our entire crew at 12 Man Productions, I'm Casey Richardson saying so long from Aggie Land.